everyone, it's Angela. Welcome back. I hope that you guys are all very well and are ready to do a little project in our Wildflower journal. So I'd like to welcome you all if this is your very first time here, and of course a very welcome and a big thank you to all of you who support me all the time. Thank you guys so much. You are just amazing. Right, I'm going to start off with this first signature here. So this is the one with this beautiful poppy on the front here. So I've gone through some of these pages already, so just going to take you to where we are going to be working today. Now, I talked about having a tea stain page in here. We'll get to that at some point. This beautiful page with a bee. We've got a lace page here. That's the other side of it, this gorgeous one. And then we've got the striped sort of peachy apricot page and a tea stain page. And I'm going to put this project on this tea stain page today. So just so that you know. All right, so just to earmark that, I'm going to grab one of my little quilting clips there and put that aside for a little later. Right, so today what I thought I would do is I'd go back to my templates. I love using templates. You guys all have these templates. They're not new, but I like to make use of them. It's a really easy way to make a project, and today I'm going to use it in a slightly different way. So I have grabbed this little template, which is a gateway fold. It comes from my templates 2 pages, which are available digitally in my shop. I am going to put together, and let me know if you're interested, a complete printed set of all the templates that I do. So if you think that's a good idea, print it out. If you don't have a printer, then please let me know in the comments below. Now, as I said, I'm going to use this gateway fold. Normally I use it in this way, folded along those lines, and these then join together and make a lovely gateway. Love the scalloped edges on this, but today I'm going to use it this way. All right, so we're going to make a little project with this. So first of all, what you need is to cut out a piece of paper, which I have done here, and I've done it in the gingham check. So you want to cut this out. All you do is you take out your printed piece, which you've cut. I've put mine onto old card just to make it robust. You just lie it onto your page, and then once you've got it on your page, you draw around this and then you cut this out. So that's what I've done. All right, so I've got one of these. Then what I wanted to do was I wanted to make some lining for this. Now normally I have a little piece, but this is a slightly smaller piece, so I didn't want that. I wanted to cover the whole piece, so I'm not using that piece. What I would suggest, and I'm just grabbing a piece of paper, I use the same gingham paper. Once you've cut this out, so you've got it like this, we're going to use it with the wrong side up. And so when you turn it down, you'll see the right side. Of course, if you're able to double side print your paper, or you want to go and cut 2 out and lay this on top here, you're welcome to do that as well. But to save on paper, I took this. You want to lie it down. Now I would go in this direction because of this, the style of it's a one-way design kind of thing. And then I lay that flat, drew around that, and then cut that piece out, because you really need a mirror image of this piece up here. So I've done that, and I've numbered mine, so I knew this one then was cut out and will fit perfectly over that section. And then I've made a number 2 on there, and I've done a number 2 on here, and I've done that with that piece there. So just wanted to mention that tip. Don't just think, oh well, 2 in that shape. You need one like that, one that you've cut out like that, and one you've cut out the other way. All right, just so that they're going to fit perfectly, if that makes any sense at all. Right, moving on. So that's what we've got there. All right, so we'll use those as our little liners. And then what I wanted to do was you need to cut out 3 more pieces of paper. This piece of paper is this lovely peachy meadow scene. I love this. And what I did here was I've cut a long strip. This is the length of an A4, but it doesn't matter if you're using 11-inch, which is the American US letter size. You're talking about 1/2 inch, and you're really going to lose 1/4 of an inch on each side, and as you're going to see, it's not going to matter. So cut out the length of paper, whether it's the 11.5 or your 11 inch. But what you need to do is make sure that it's 4 and 1/8 of an inch in width, or in centimeters 10.5. All right, so that's what you need to do. So cut out one piece of paper like that. So it's just really the width you need to measure and trim it all off. Then you need to do 2 other strips, one with this piece of paper, again exactly the same length, except this one here is only 2 1/4 inches in width, and the same with this one. Again, the exact same length. Now in centimeters, that's 29.2 and 5.2 centimeters. Guys, these are guidelines. These are more or less. I haven't got a micrometer to give you exact measurements here. So just bear with me. There's no reason in this case to be absolutely precise. All right. So you want one, I've cut one out in my lace paper and one out in this piece here. You could use tea stain paper or any other neutral sort of color that you have. All right, so those are the bits that we're going to use, and we're going to get going with this. Right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to take this large piece here, and I want to lay this and stick it down on the top here. All right, so that's the first thing. And in order to do that, you need to find the middle of this. So you want to have a flap that's pretty much the same on length on that side to that side. Now with me, that is 3 1/4 inches on each side. All right, I think it's 3 1/4 here. I think I did, yeah, 3 1/4 on each side. In centimeters, that is 8 centimeters. So measure 8 centimeters, and then this bit across here, which is, what is that in centimeters? However long your template is, I think it's about 13.5. So if you measure 8 centimeters, or in inches 3 1/4, 3 1/4 of that side, you'll be left with the bit that needs to go in the middle, and then just line it up like that. All right, again, it doesn't have to be exact. What does need to be exact is that this piece, that's this width here, fits nicely into your flaps and closes without this buckling up like this. All right, this bit needs to be flat. If it's not lying flat, trim a little sliver off the one side until it does. Okay, so therefore that bit will lie flat. So we're going to stick this bit in here. I am going to just take my art glitter glue. Now, it doesn't really matter at this point with up and down, but once we've stuck this down, we will definitely be seeing which is up and which is down. So it is unfortunate that we are sticking over these lovely flowers, but it all comes together in the end. So, you know, don't worry about that. I was going to have that no matter which way I tried it. Okay, now I have my fold lines because I folded them in on the 3 1/4 or 8 centimeters. I'm now going to just line this up with the bottom here, and hopefully with the top there, and try and get it as straight as I possibly can, which I think that is it. And we can press that down there now. So the important bit is, again, that you can close that flat. All right, so we've got that stuck in. All right, now this is now the upright side. So don't move that. If you need to, make arrows. Okay, the next bit that we need to stick down will be this. This is going to be our little lining for the back. It's also going to give us nice rigidity. But as I said, if you're able to print double-sided, go right ahead and do that. I am using 160 GSM paper, so this is quite firm. It's quite stable paper. And I could have printed on both sides, but I thought, well, let me just show you what to do, the version, in case you're not able to do that. So this does take a little longer, but that's okay. Right, now we want to just make sure that we match this up to the top here nicely. And I haven't folded this one yet, but we'll get to that. Right, so we've got that. That's our little lining there. And now this one. Now remember, we want to make sure we've got that facing up. Otherwise, and then this bit here. All right. So this one, we're going to make this a pocket. So we need to, I'm going to start with the middle bit. Or the whole thing really. But I'm just putting glue on either side here of my fold lines. Again, I have folded this at 3 1/4 from the left as I did with the others, so that I've got the same amount of distance. So again, 3 1/4 or 8 centimeters, and I haven't actually folded that one yet. Right, so I've got glue on 3 sides here. Oh, I didn't put glue on the middle bit, just as well I looked. All right, so you've got glue there. I've got glue there. I could do with a bit more here. All right, so these bits are going to not have glue on. Let's start with that. Right, so get it onto the corner. This is when you feel like you need lots of pairs of hands to do these kind of things. Right. Now you can just glue that up on the sides there, and in a minute we will check that we've got that right. Now you didn't need to fold those. I was doing that just to work out what I wanted to do. I was going to now take this opportunity just to line up the edge of that template with the edge there. So you want to just do that just to the right of that. And we can now take our bone folder, our knife, whatever you like to score with. And the same on this side. So again, there, and just to the right of it. And you want to just score that nicely like that. Okay, right. While that's drying, I'm going to stick on my little facings. So this is number 1 to go on number 1. And this is when I'm glad I've numbered them. Because, you know, this can easily not match up. That's happened to me before. So I've learned. We live and learn. Right, again, try not get it right into the crease. I'm going to just turn this around. I want to just get it there. And now I'm just making sure once I've got it to a certain point, it's just going to go where I need it to go, like now. So there we go. There's that one. And then, of course, on this side. Right, guys, I hope you're doing very well. I want to thank everybody who was so kind and generous to give me the super thanks. Guys, that really astounded me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. 1,000 thank yous. But people, I do want to say, I don't love you any less if you don't, all right? Because I feel like I want to apologize now 11 times, you know. I really do. I'm very grateful for people who have made a super thanks donation, but really it's not a must. Just the fact again that you watch my videos and watch the ads. Bless all of you that said that to me. You really made me smile, and I'm so grateful for that. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really are just an amazing bunch, and I feel so honored. I really do, to have you all in my life. You make me smile every day. You really do. Right, so let's see. I have got this all together here. We want to just grab the bone folder. Make sure it's all nice and flat. Right, let's start with this now. Now you can use your ruler. I'm using my nails. I just want to get this bit over. Once we've done that, line it up there with the line there before you go and press it. And then just give that a nice burnish on that side. Okay, and the same here. If you don't have nails, take your ruler like this, just on the inside of your score line, and just lift this up. You can just do this with your bone folder, and then it's going to fold over nicely. Again, just match it with the bottom line there, like that, and just get it nice and burnished. All right, so there we've got 2 flaps with the little pockets, and then on this side we can just fold that up nicely. I want to just give it a good burnish too. And then on this side, we want to just do the same. So I'm going to just take this again. Oops, a bit folding over there. Now you could go and stitch around this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. Right, so we can close that down. There we go, now it's matching perfectly. So that's what you can do if you are not quite getting it to line up. Right, and there those match up perfectly as well. All right, so we've got this. So this is the upright position. Okay, so you can now go and take your little inker and ink this all up nicely if you like. Right, so that's what we have so far, and I really like that. Nice little spot. It looks like a lovely little gift envelope you could send off as well. So really nice. You could put gift cards in here, you could put money in here, little letters, little notes, pieces of ephemera, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to just finish off the little outside bits, which won't take long at all. So I've got these little bees and butterflies. Gosh, my chair is very creaky today. And I've got a couple of fussy cuts. And I also had some circles, if I can find them here. What happened to those? Here they are. I've got 2 little circles. And all I want to do with these are reinforce the little eyelets that I want to put on here. Now, I'm going to use eyelets. You can use any other method that you choose. If you want to use Velcro, that would work as well. All right, so let's go and start with this. I'm going to just take 2 clips here, just to keep this flat while I'm doing this. So I just want to clip that there. And clip this there because I'm going to glue on these and I just want to have them flat. So let's get that one there. All right, so I'm just, because these had a nice sort of a curve, I thought, well, that's great because I want to put an eyelet there and I'd put a green one on the bottom. So these come from, I think this is Happy Holidays, if I'm not correct, if I'm correct. Right, so we've got a little butterfly here and we've got a little bee, and I just wanted to cover it over the sort of stem section, so where it starts. So I'm going to just get that down and looking for my tweezers, which are over here. Right, let's try this. And then just one of my little yellow butterflies. These are in the ephemera pack, I think, and also in the mini kit, so you can find them there. Right, so I've got those on. Now I'm going to take these little circles, which I cut out from a scrap from this paper here. I'm just going to use these to go around the eyelet. It sort of pretties it up, but it also reinforces it, makes the paper even thicker, so that's why I'm doing it. So I'm going to just put one on each side of the flap just to keep it like the closure. Alright, so let's just move this around. Right, now the tricky part. So we've got that one there. And then I'm just gauging where the middle is. So I hope I'm gauging right. And then yeah, and then over here as well. Okay. Right, so that bit's done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right, somewhere I had a I had my crocodile. I've got my eyelet box. This is just a box I bought, and my various eyelets that I've bought over forever. I just put them in here. It's easy for me then to get what I want. Right, so now I'm going to just, again, this is just something I've learned. Apparently there's a method to do this. I have no idea what that is. I've just learned to gauge where I've made so many things with this crocodile that I just managed to guess where it goes, and I've been lucky. Well, after lots of trials and error. So there we go. I think that just finishes it off. So that's why I like to do that. So now other side. Again. Right, let's do that. Must be all the tags I make for my printed kits. Right, so there we go. Now we've got our little goodie all sorted, and I have done this, so I'm not going to worry about that too much anymore. So I'm loving how this is all coming together. Right, it's this way. I just noticed that now. Right, so that is the right way. Right, nearly finished. Little tweaky things. So got some strips of this that I was cutting out, and they weren't the length of the page, so that's not a problem. I thought I would stick this down, so I'm going to have to do it in sections. So this is the first section, and that's fine because then it won't also inhibit the sort of fold line. So I'm going to do it just slightly left of this side, and we can just trim that like that. It's just 5 squares wide, and get this stuck down. So that's great. Yeah, I didn't want to put too much decoration on here. I thought, well, there's such a busy page, I'll keep it pretty simple. So that's why I am trying to get that right. So just trying to line this up here so that I'm using this line as a gauge. There we go. So there we go. So there's the one. And it could have been a bit lower, but never mind. Now what I'll need to do is I'll have to use my ruler just to give me a consistent edge there. So I've got that like that. I'm going to use this piece for this side because the longer piece will need to go in the middle. So I'm going to just make a little draw line here. There we go. So I can cut that off quickly. All right, and do this together like this. It's quite pretty cold here today, and nobody's in the park, so you must know it's not the greatest of weather because, you know, we like to go outside at any opportunity here in Britain. So you must know if there's nobody in the park, it's a quite pretty grim day. So yeah, my daughter's watching Love Island. It's not one of my favorite things to watch at all. Right, so we've got that in place. Now all that remains is this little bit in the middle. So again, I do have little gaps, but I don't want it to, you know, mess up that sort of line there. So we're just going to have that. Okay. Quite a pretty easy project. I think this would make a lovely gift for somebody for their birthday. So yeah, I think that you could make this into a lovely card, a gift card, as I said, just a happy mail, and fill it with ephemera. I mean, this has got quite a lot of opportunities. I am ever going to stick it into my journal itself. So I'm just holding these up here so I can make sure that I've got this right. And I do, so those are all straight. I think that just sort of brings in the gingham from the top there. Right, so what I wanted to do now was, I had this big butterfly, and I'm going to stick him on the middle, like that. These butterflies, as I said, are I think this one comes from my mini kit actually, because I had some bits lying around after I fussy cut that. So I'm just trying to sort of gauge the middle. So this one's going to go over there like that. And then on each side here, I've got little sentiments. So I chose the green ones, looking for the other one. And those are for. So one person's weed is another person's wildflower. Absolutely. I love all the flowers, wildflowers or not. I do let them do their thing. The pollinators love them. So, and so do I. I think they're gorgeous. So we've got this one, which we're going to stick just over here. I think the bit of green just adds to it. And then you belong amongst the wildflowers. Tom Petty, definitely. So we'll stick this one on the other side. And then we're almost done. Almost. A little bit on. Right. So that's all I'm going to do for those little pockets. Okay, so there's that. Now I've got a few bits to go in. So this is from my ephemera pack, and I've put in the ribbons from Plum Boutique. I've just backed it onto this paper, which I always do because it's a great place to keep it nice and firm, and also a lovely backing to write on. So I thought I'd put this in there. I'll try to keep that ribbon as flat as I possibly can. So that one's going in there. Then those little bits that I cut out when we made these wildflowers, so the bits that went into the windows, I kept them. And I've just backed them onto card again and distressed them, and I thought they made lovely little cards. So I'm going to put one in here, the green, like that. So we've got one in there, and I'm going to put two in this side. So just little scrappy bits really, but they were perfect for this. So there we go. And then this little ephemera card, which I love with the bunting, I've also backed that, and I'm going to put that into this bit over here like that. So that fits perfectly. All right, so now we can close that up. I'm not putting anything on these little things, and that's why I said if you're going to have 1/4 of an inch smaller there because you're using US letter, it's not going to make any difference. You've got plenty place to flap this over. All right, and then we're going to close that up. And I have some ribbon here. So this is from Plum Boutique. And I'm just going to take a piece and make a bow. So we'll just thread that through the bottom and the top. And this is a lovely silk ribbon I had from, let's get that down and this down. And there's my Abby. It's close to dinner time, so she thinks she's making herself known. And I bought her a new coat today. She's too cute. Put a picture of her at the end, I hope, if I remember. Right, so we've got that little bow there. And then we've got this bit. How lovely is that already? Now, I think what I'm going to do is, I might make a double bow. I'll sort that out a little later. Now, I want to grab the book again. I want to open up that page that I talked about earlier. And I want to get this on over here. So I'm going to just grab my stencil quickly. This is my Finnebar one. And I'm going to grab some. I've got spice marmalade and bundled sage. I'm going to do just a bit of a combination here. So I'm going to start off with the bundled sage. I just want to put a little bit of this intermittently onto this page, not too much. And if you hold this down, you can always see what you're doing. And then I'm going to take the marmalade one, which seems very bright. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do it very softly. I don't know what I'm doing. Need to go and wash the stencil off as well. All right, let's see. Oh, it's not too dark, so that's okay. Right, we won't go wild with that. Right, we can take that off. We've got some little bits blending in there. And now we can go and stick this on here. So I will do that quickly. And I've also got 2 bits that I'm going to put in. So getting my longest tag, I'm going to place that in first so that I can see exactly where I need to place this little bit. So the dog's getting upset. I'm just drawing my pencil lines, you know, I like to do that. It just tells me where I need to glue. So let me do that. Okay, so I've sorted out the bow, let in the dog, and everybody's happy now. Okay, so we've got that there. What I've done in the meantime as well is I've just stuck on some double-sided tape. And now I just need to get the backing of that off. Just going to be quicker. You can use glue, you don't have to use double-sided tape if you don't have it. But then on the lines that I drew, I've got the one on the side there, and you know, this is great for double-sided tape, is to have those lines. And with any luck, we've got that pretty straight. Not perfect, but there we go. All right, so I've got now double-sided tape there, so that should be a pocket, hopefully. Right, so here's my large tag I've cut out from the add-on kit. I've backed that onto card. I wanted to put that in the top there, like that. And then I also took out one of the postcards and put in a brighter ribbon, also backed onto the lace paper, and I've just added a tab. So I thought I'd put that, if it can fit. I don't think it can because I've put tape on now, but I suppose I could put it this way, because the flowers are actually upright. All right, so there we have our little project for today. I hope you've enjoyed that. It was nice and a little bit different, and I love all the pockets that we have inside. So go and give it a go and let me know what you think. All right, I will be seeing you again on Friday. We'll have a little video, and I will talk to you about my Lilac Lovely journal and when I will have that ready for you for a flip through. Okay, everyone, have a glorious week. Find some time for yourselves to craft. Be as awesome as you all are. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you again on Friday. So thank you ever so much as normal. You really are amazing and you brighten my day. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.